Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we are going to see if we can usher in a $2,000 Ethereum. Probably not going to happen on stream. We still have a ways to go, but it doesn't mean we can't have some fun and see if we can ultimately make it there, or at least make some progress. Right? At least make some progress. So we're currently at 1942. To get to say 2K, we still have a ways to go. So again, probably not going to happen on stream. To get there, we would need to see another 3% move, right? A 3% move would get us there. Let me post the stream in a couple different places. Should probably change the thumbnail to not be on Bitcoin. All right. No, I don't. I just. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Yes, the baby is sleeping. We have to be quiet. Okay? Don't get too rowdy in the chat. Let's keep it quiet. So, no. In short, I do not think what you're looking at now is by any means an Ethereum tsunami. You'll know when it happens, if it happens. This is not it. This is basically Ethereum getting dragged up by Bitcoin, kicking and screaming is what this is. So this is not uh, this is not the frantic mania that I'm talking about when I reference an Ethereum tsunami. Again, this is Bitcoin dragging Ethereum up, kicking and screaming, whether it wants to go up or not. And the reason it's doing it is because Bitcoin has moved up and now volatility has reduced a little bit, and now Ethereum's moving back up. But remember, Bitcoin reserves the right to take back all bullishness at any point it wants to. Okay, anytime it wants to, Bitcoin can say, nope, it's coming back to me. So I recognize that. Is my mic low? Is this better? Is that better? Can you guys hear me more? I'm talking quieter because my 1-year-old is sleeping in the room right behind me. Nick says, "Do you have 10 of these sweaters?" No, I have one. What's the joke? Um, in in the in the winter, or once winter gets here, you take off the shorts you wore all summer and put on the pants you wear all winter. I mean, it's a pandemic. I'm not going anywhere. Buy a new chair when Ethereum goes to. That was actually the baby you just heard crying was a different baby. That was my 4-month old. He's not sleeping right here. He's with the babysitter, so it's okay if he cries. Well, it's not okay, but at least I'm not waking him up. I have a suit and tie on my YouTube banner. I do. I do. Yeah, I think you guys woke the baby up. You guys need to quiet down. You need to quiet down. I saw someone mention XRP. Don't think I didn't see that. Who was it? That was probably what woke the baby up. Who was it? Someone had to have done it. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Freaking Rohan Pogli says XRP breaking out. No, it's no wonder that the baby started crying. Rohan. XRP breaking out. Woke my baby up. Do my kids have good advice too? I think so. They don't offer financial advice. Uh, the only advice that my 4-year-old has given, which is non-financial advice, but he's been giving this advice for several months now, is this.
Buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin.
I mean, it's not financial advice, of course, but that's the advice he's been giving. No, I did not make that. It was a guy named Ryan in one of the Telegram chat rooms. Is my wife into crypto? No. My wife's just always asking me when we're gonna, you know, like when we're gonna cash out all of our crypto and stuff, and I just try to kick the can down the road. I need to get him to say Ethereum because you can't. I mean, can't have a crypto portfolio without Ethereum in it. What's what's my main profession? I would say my answer would have been different 2 months ago, or actually last month because I quit my job last month. But you're looking at my profession now. No, guys, everyone's getting ahead of you're getting ahead of yourself. Everyone's talking about Forbes interviews. It's too early. It's too early to schedule those. You get back on the phone and cancel those right now. Cancel those Forbes interview. Cancel those Forbes interviews. We're not there yet. Ethereum's not even at 2K, so I don't really know why you're scheduling those yet. This euphoria can't continue. What do I say? Actually, I found a post earlier. Let me find what was I looking at? You guys want to take where did I see it? Okay, maybe this is a to give you guys. See, the problem is, as I've said before, it's impossible to call tops, right? I don't claim to be able to call the top or anything like that. Let me show you guys a post. I don't know, someone sent this to me earlier and I was just reading it and I thought it was really funny. Let me show you guys this really quick. So this was a post that someone posted in October. So look at this post. Look at this post. So it was someone asked. Oh, I didn't get the question. Hold on. I just don't want to pull up the entire screen. There's some really funny posts. Hold on, before I get to the other one, let me show you this one. This one's from 2017. Sorry. This guy this guy says, if I buy one Bitcoin at 500 and the value of a Bitcoin goes up to 1,000, do I have two do I have two Bitcoins or still just one? I thought it was funny. I mean, it kind of shows you how really there should be a better education system, in place to talk about finance when you see questions like this. There was another post I was reading, but I'm not sure where it went. It's kind of fun to read like old. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on Ethereum. It's in 1947. I see it. Dang it, I can't find it. I just had it up. How's everyone doing? I don't know where it went. I thought this was a funny one. Basically, there was another post where someone was saying something like, they were like, the price of Bitcoin in the last cycle had rallied up to like $2,500 or something, and they were asking if they should sell all their Bitcoin. And one of the responses was that like there's a possibility Bitcoin could rally more, but likely most of the gains were already over. That was at like 2K. I mean, and then it ended up going to 20K in like the next 2 months because the post was in October of 2017. Actually, maybe I just found it. Okay, here, I found it. I'm going to show you guys this post. Look at this. Just to give you an idea of how like literally no one knows where the top is. This is a good example. So look at this one. So he says, this is from October of 2017. Or this answer was. It says, should I sell my one Bitcoin and make about 2K? Or just hold on to it? Okay. And then someone answered in October of 2014 or of 2017 and said, I bought it $1,000. I sold at 2,500 because I wanted to buy a stereo. And again, like, there's nothing wrong with taking profits. Like, this, we're not going to shame anyone for taking profits and improving their life. But one of the things that it shows is that even when it was down this low, people still thought it was very far extended, and then it ended up doing another 10x back then. There was another. Yeah, here's another response. Here's another response to that same question. He says, he's talking about when Bitcoin was at like 6K or something. He's like, the amount it has left to go is likely the distant, or is, if he says if you invested early, the amount you can make by staying in is tiny compared to what you have made. Which is funny because he posted this in October of 2017, and then in when was it? It was in, let me go to the weekly time frame. So that was October of 2017. I mean, it just goes to show that, like, no one knows where local tops can be. So he posted that here, and it was at 5K or so, and then it ended up going up another 4x, which is, I mean, it's substantial, right? Another 4x is substantial. So I mean, it just goes to show you that when you're living through it, it's so hard to know where the top is, or a local top, before things start coming back down. But then hindsight always makes things seem like so obvious. But yeah, it's really fun. If you guys ever get a chance, like, go like look at old Bitcoin posts. They're pretty funny, actually. How's everyone doing? Do you guys think Ethereum's gonna go to 2K soon? Sorry. Yeah, just go to Reddit and read posts from like 2014, 2015. They're always pretty funny. Anyways, we digress a little bit there. D. Helfin says, Ben, it's amazing to see how some crypto YouTubers say they buy a random coin and the price pumps really high during their stream. Has this always been the case? Well, I mean, if you have a large enough following, it's possible to move the market. And that's one of the reasons why we don't talk about micro caps on this channel, because I have no interest in moving the market. You have to be careful, again, with some of them. I'm not saying all of them do it, but some of them will, their loyal group of followers, their close-knit circle will accumulate it before the YouTube video on the micro cap. They'll pump it, and then they'll dump it on their audience. Not saying everyone does that, but they do exist. Some of the YouTubers that do that exist, and a lot of times they're paid promotions too. So they didn't even necessarily go buy it. They were given this crypto to go shill it on YouTube, and then they just sell it on their audience and then move on to the next one. And then they can always claim that they were right because they're literally pumping the price and getting their audience to pump the price themselves. It's a dangerous game to play. Bryce says, are you going to dump all your Bitcoin on us? No. I mean, I might occasionally take some profits, but I'm not going to dump all my Bitcoin. Some of it I accumulated, just a few months ago, so I would at least wait for it to get to the long-term capital gains territory. All right, so in all seriousness, we've talked about a theoretical Ethereum tsunami, and one of the interesting things is I made that video and I said, it could take weeks for it to come. It could take months, and then right after the video, the price of Ethereum dropped from like 1,800 down to 1,695, and I got people whining, "Oh, but you said there was an Ethereum tsunami." Like, come on, guys, right? I mean, like, let's don't. I mean, these are volatile markets, right? You're gonna get some volatility to the downside too, so that comes with the territory. This is nothing to be too worked up over in the grand scheme of a cycle. You're going to have dips, and honestly, somewhat fortunate it wasn't a harder dip than what it was. But again, what we're looking at right now, as I said earlier, this is not an Ethereum tsunami. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is basically you see the price of Ethereum going up like $100 to $200 per day for like a week or something. This would be what I'm talking about. For a slow creep up is not on the back of a Bitcoin move, on a very recent Bitcoin move that's probably still in price discovery mode in the short term. This is nothing. This is not the Ethereum tsunami. I mean, I'm not saying this is like normal. I mean, clearly Ethereum's been on one hell of a run, but this is when we talk about the Ethereum tsunami, you'll know when it happens. This is not it. There's no guarantees it comes either, but this is not it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. There's a rumor going around that we can't break 1950 until we have 400 likes at least. Maybe 500 likes, but at least 400. And the nice thing, we've been in this situation before. Remember, we've seen these situations before. We know what can happen if Bitcoin stays put, right? Bitcoin is the dog, Ethereum is the cat. If Bitcoin can just sit and stay, then the cat will come out to play. Okay? If Bitcoin starts moving, the cat will get spooked and Ethereum will likely stop moving. So someone needs to go teach Bitcoin stay, and that will allow Ethereum to continue this rally. If we start to see Bitcoin rally on up and it starts pushing close to its prior all-time high, then the Ethereum show is going to be put on the back burner. So again, it's easy for Ethereum to get spooked, and what spooks it is a volatile Bitcoin. Bitcoin stays at 52K. Hopefully clear skies ahead. By the way, should we look at our let's look at the weekly chart really quick. So we're still emulating Bitcoin, still emulating it. If you look at the weekly chart for Bitcoin on the approach to the prior all-time high down here, the first candle after breaking through for Bitcoin was a modest 23%, followed by 12%. For Ethereum, the candle that broke through, look at that, 23%, followed by 12%. It's actually doing exactly what Bitcoin did. Obviously, the volatility approaching the prior all-time high for Ethereum was higher by about 2x Bitcoin's volatility. But look at this, 23 and 12 for Ethereum, approaching and breaking past the all-time high. For Bitcoin, 23 and 12. What came next? What came next for Bitcoin? It's the natural question. 26%. 26% for the following week. where would a 26% week put us for Ethereum? Well, we only have about 3 days left. From the bottom, what was it, 26%? Yeah, 26%. So if we continue to emulate Bitcoin, we're looking at almost a $2,300 Ethereum. Not something you can take to the bank, not financial advice, none of that. We're just saying if it continues to emulate Bitcoin, then this is where it would go. So if it went there, is it going to be something to get out of bed for? Probably not. It's like, well, it's just doing what Bitcoin did. Nothing really to write home about. And so to see these types of moves, right, in order for Ethereum to say go up to 2,300 over the next 3 days, what would we need to see? Well, we would likely need to see Bitcoin chill out. Okay, if you see Bitcoin going to 53K or something, then it's probably going to kick the can down the road for Ethereum. Let's see if we can usher in a 1950. There we got it. We have a $1,950 Ethereum. Looks like we are at a $1,950 Ethereum. By the way, if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Steven says, Ben, I haven't asked you a question before, and I would really appreciate it. Will you sell at the top or continue to ride it out? Yeah, let me just pull out my crystal ball and consult it as to where exactly the top is. Doesn't everyone want to sell at the top? I don't have it. No, I don't have a crystal ball. I was just wondering if he did. I mean, if I knew something were the top, I would sell. The only way that I wouldn't sell is if the top were only like a short-term top. Like imagine if, say, the top were like, if I knew for a fact what the price were going to do. Like let's think deterministically here for a minute, okay? Let's think deterministically. And maybe one way we can do this is we just look at Bitcoin, and let's look at what Bitcoin did after breaking its prior all-time high. The candle that broke it was this one. It's currently up another 174%, a modest 174%, right? From the candle that broke it, 174% for Ether would actually put it close to $3,500. So, if Ether is able to rally up to, say, $3,500 or something by March, let's just think, we're thinking deterministically here. This is not a good way to think. I'm just showing you guys examples of, if we did think deterministically, what are reasons where I still might not sell, okay? So imagine we knew for a fact that the price of Ethereum went to $3,500, and then we consulted our crystal ball, and we knew that then we had a nice correction back down, okay? And then we could continue consulting it, and then it showed that it went sideways for a few months, okay? Which this is probably not going to happen. The one thing you can probably take to the bank is that this will not happen, because it's just a random squiggly line. But if you told me that this is what Ethereum would do, then I wouldn't sell everything right here, because a lot of the Ethereum I was accumulating, a month or two ago. I've been accumulating it for years, but some of it I was buying Ethereum up to $700 or $800 just a few weeks ago, and I don't want to pay short-term capital gains. That stuff's like 40%, so you have to take that into consideration too. Um, the idea of short-term capital gains. I mean, it depends on where you live, but I'm talking about if we're thinking deterministically here. Now, if we consulted our crystal ball and someone knew that this was the top and that then the price was going to retrace down to $1,000 and then continue higher, then yes, right? There becomes some points where it would make sense. So you have to, I mean, thinking in a deterministic manner, you can think of ways where it could be a local top where it doesn't necessarily mean that you should sell, depending on tax implications. Can someone tell Bitcoin to calm down? It's at 52. It's at 52 too almost. And if it starts moving, it's probably going to pause Ethereum's rally. Yeah, I know. I know there's the compare feature. I don't we could use it, but I don't tend to use it on here. This is Bitcoin, this is Ethereum. Hey, look, together they make the map of the United States. Maybe we're well. This doesn't really look like the United States. Maybe this looks more like China or something. But if it is the United States again, this is Texas, right? This is Florida. You got California over here. You got Oregon. You got Washington. You got Maine. Maybe we're only just north of the Carolinas and not already at Maine. What is my percentage of conviction that Bitcoin will reach 200K and Ethereum 10K within the next 3 to 5 years? 200K is a little uncomfortably high to have a huge conviction that it would happen within the next, say, 3 to 5 years. I mean, I think the next peak for Bitcoin is likely between 100 to 200K. If it makes it to 200K, great. I have a hard time seeing it go above 200. Doesn't mean it can't happen. I wouldn't put a lot of probability on it happening. And again, if it did, it might only be there for a week. So, I mean, last cycle when when Ethereum went to 1400, it was really only there for about a week or two. It's not like it spent a lot of time at the $1,400 mark. Just like Bitcoin, it's not like Bitcoin just chilled at 20K for 2 months or something. So even if we were to break 200K, it probably wouldn't stay there very long. My guess is it'll be somewhere between 1 to 200K, if I had to guess. Chris says my biggest fan is my laptop. That's a good one. Some people are asking me some tax questions. I'm not a CPA, so I'm not going to start out. I'm not going to offer one-on-one tax advice. I'm just saying, if you're in the United States or other, um, countries where there's a huge differentiator between short-term and long-term capital gains, it is something to at least take into consideration. Oh, sorry, I didn't get to the other question. So you said 200,000 Bitcoin and 10K Ethereum. Yeah, a 10K Ethereum I do think is theoretically possible. Um, Again, I wouldn't be that surprised if it stops short of 10K, but I think 10K is reasonable. Like I think Ethereum can hit 10K this cycle. So I would say within 3 to 5 years, I would say there's a high probability that Ethereum hits 10K within 3 to 5 years. Yes. Not financial advice, of course. Yeah, I mean it's not like everyone can just like pack up everything and leave and go move to a new country. A lot of people have kids. Those kids might be in school. You can't. I mean, you don't just want to like pack them up and then ship them across the country or across the world, I should say. Yeah, the Wall Street bet stuff is pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys follow the whole GameStop fiasco and them halting sell or halting buys on GameStop. Seems pretty egregious that they did that, but I think they were basically forced to, if I had to guess, because of the amount of leverage that was being used, and what would happen if it all came crashing back down very quickly. So yeah, I mean it's pretty unfortunate that all that happened. Basically, the retail investors, um, basically they're saying that the retail investors can't be smart. This is ridiculous. I mean, if you think about it, who a lot of the retail investors in crypto are making a killing. I mean, an absolute killing. In traditional finance, if you can regularly pull in 20% per year, you're going to have some pretty wealthy clients. I mean, you guys get upset if you're not pulling in 20% a day, right? Um, I mean, again, there's a fine line between being a genius in the crypto markets and being an idiot. But again, 20% a year in traditional finance would be considered like, the status of that would attract fairly wealthy clients. And people get frantic here if they're not pulling in 20% a day. Yeah, I mean, we can get used to 20% gains. We also get used to 20% losses too at various phases in the market cycle. Think about think about think about how funny it would be if Bitcoin were to like capitulate here, because I feel like all the new money in the space is not prepared for what can happen when things get too overheated. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would be kind of a slap in the face to everyone waiting for Ethereum to get to 2K, and then it just doesn't quite make it. Let's hope it does. I mean, I hope it does, but you have to be prepared for everything, guys. Don't be deterministic about this and say that it has to go to 2K. Let's hope it does. Um, that would be a rude awakening if something like that happened, though, for the rest of the crypto market. I can assure you. I just want to see the world burn. I don't want to see it burn. I feel like we're still early enough on in the cycle where if there were correction, people could like learn about it now, and then they could take that into consideration later on whenever Bitcoin is at 100K or 150K and know that it won't go up forever. The problem is there's so many people that joined in March of 2020 that have no idea what a true correction looks like. If you've been in crypto, since say 2017 at least or before, you know what a true correction looks like, and you're not going to be scared by a dip in the market. But the people that joined in March of 2020, these are the people that I worry about the most, because at some point there will be a nice correction, and these people are the ones that are going to be the most unprepared for it. People say I'm the most bearish bull. I would argue that I'm a bull, but I just account for risk in the market. You know, the most bullish bulls will never talk about the theoretical downside, and they just kind of disappear, or just tell you to buy the dip for 3 years. I'm just trying to be, you know, let's all hope everything goes up. I mean, there's certainly a lot of momentum here to take things higher. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind like a 4K Ethereum and then a correction. Would you guys be on board with that? Like a 4K Ethereum and then a correction? I could get on board with that. Yeah, probably might be too good to be true, but how do I know when the correction comes? I don't know when it comes. Someone says go to 4K and then correct to 3800. No, I don't think it would be the end of the bull market. I think we're here for a while. Basically, the end of the bull market would imply like a 2-year bear market. I don't think we're about to enter into a 2-year bear market. If I didn't pay taxes, would I have sold my Polkadot tokens? Probably not. I kind of like just getting at least one project to just like let it ride, stake it, let it ride. No, someone says we do the Forbes interview before the correction. No, if you sell before the correction, then you can do your Forbes interview. Travity says he wants a link breakout. I wouldn't mind a link breakout too. But remember, a lot of times links major breakouts occur when the market's not doing anything. So I mean, maybe now would be a decent time. But I could see Link doing something maybe this summer, like something spectacular this summer. Link tends to do things when the rest of the market's not. So maybe, you know, if I don't know how long this move will last. I mean, yeah, we're in a bull market, but we're in like a hyper bull market. I mean, we're just going straight up right now. I mean, even if the price did something like this, right, we would still consider this a bull market, even if it dipped back down for a while. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up if you guys like the content. Let's get to 125,000 subscribers. Remember, we do have the Telegram channel with almost 17,000 people. So if you guys are looking for a chat community that's pretty well moderated, maybe join the Telegram channel. And if you want to know how I'm navigating these markets, you can join the premium list altcoin season sale. You'll get access to the weekly videos, the weekly reports, the risk dashboard, the Telegram alerts channel, the trading view indicators, and more. So check out the altcoin season sale if you want access to that. Hey, this might be the first time in a while I've come on stream and my stream did not immediately correspond with a huge drop in the price. Because when did we come on stream? 45 minutes ago? So let's look. Let's go back 45 minutes. So I came on stream here. So we didn't, well, I guess we had a brief dip. But we're back up and then more or less sideways now. It's funny, look at this. I just found another thread you guys might like. It's on Reddit. Someone says, why I've just sold all my 2,000 Bitcoins. I bought coins around April. This was 8 years ago. This was 8 years ago. When they were stable at $5. I still believe it's a good currency, but it's going to be a small bubble. It's funny that you're talking about going from like 5 to 15 and now we're sitting at like a $52,000 Bitcoin. He's just talking about possible scenarios. And he came to the conclusion, and that's why I sold his 2,000 Bitcoins at $5. Interesting. All right, well, maybe with Bitcoin, I mean, Bitcoin's back at 52, so it dropped a couple $100. Ethereum's still holding up relatively well. I don't think it's gone above, did it go? It looks like it maybe had a slight wick above 1950, but it's mostly at 1950. I'm not really sure what the order book looks like at 1950, but clearly we're getting some pushback right at 1950. Am I glad I quit my day job? Yes. The Ether Bitcoin valuation weekly candle has turned green, by the way. I mean, generally, this is going to likely trend down unless this is the local top for Bitcoin. If it is the local top for Bitcoin, then maybe this is where Ethereum turns around and goes on an insane rally. But I think we'll just take this one day at a time. Remember, on any given day, we can see Ethereum rally against Bitcoin, but week over week, as long as Bitcoin remains in price discovery mode, the Ether Bitcoin valuation is more likely to drop. Everyone seems so fascinated by the shirt I'm wearing. ADA is doing okay. It's at 92 cents. Yeah, I mean we're still waiting for $1, right? I hope it gets there. I I hope it gets there. I really do. I still think it would be funny though if Ethereum is approaching 2K and ADA is approaching like $1. And they're like right there at it, and then Bitcoin dumps. And then they just say, just kidding. We'll see if that happens. I don't think it will happen. I actually think that there's a better chance that Ethereum will break 2K. I mean, at this point, it somewhat seems inevitable. But again, it's not financial advice. We'll see if the momentum can take us up to that level. You know, if you look at the Bitcoin chart on the, if we pull up the regression bands, again, I gotta say this again because this is only fit to 3 data points. Okay, so remember that it's only fit to 3 prior peaks. We are approaching it. It doesn't mean we can't go above it. If we were to go above it, then we would have 4 data points that we could fit, and then we would have a slightly better regression curve. Like imagine if it did go up to say this level, I would say then we have 4 data points. Right now it's only fit to 3 data points, and we're still not even in it yet. So we'll see if we can push into it or not. Let's see if Ethereum can get back. It looks like it just had a wick back up to 1950. And I think too, you know, if you look at like weekly time frames for Ethereum, it still seems like there's some momentum here, right? It still seems like there's a decent amount of momentum. And if you look at say the log, the price over the 20-week, we're actually not as extended as we were back in just a few weeks ago, because the 20-week moving average has increased so much. So I think that the extension of the price of Ethereum from the 20-week still has a ways to go. Okay, I don't think we're quite there yet. So, and again, this is not an Ethereum tsunami. This is Ethereum being dragged up by Bitcoin. If we look at our Ethereum regression rainbow, we are slowly making the progress that we want. We said, okay, the next main area would be up to maybe to get up to this level, which is around 3K. I think it's around 2,800 right now. So this is where we are hoping to go. The next one above is 5K. I don't really see us getting above 5K in the short term. If we were to go up to that level, I feel like that probably would be a local top for a little while. Not to say it's the market cycle top, but I feel like it would be the local top, and maybe we would come back down and then work our way back up. So I'm mainly looking at, you know, this is what I'm hoping for at the very least is this level. This is what I'm hoping for. This would be a huge bonus. Okay, and this is when, if we get to this point, then yeah, you might want to schedule your Forbes interview. Like, I feel like I would okay it. I would say, all right, like, it's okay, like, you can schedule your interviews now. Because this would be a $5,000 Ethereum in the short term. Because remember, these are going up. These move up monotonically. So, you know, if you extend these out, obviously they curve. But if you extend these out, I mean, it will eventually get to 10K. Even if it hits the purple band. Like, let's suppose that the purple band is our theoretical top band for the cycle, like we can't go above it. You know, even if we get lucky and go to 5K in the short term, we could come back down and still go back up to the purple band later, and it might be at 10K later on. So it's just something to keep in mind, right? We don't have to chase. I don't really see us getting to this band up here. Because it's already at, this upper band, the lower part of it is already at like 9,400, and it's only going to get probably further and further. All right. I think I'm back. Yeah, maybe F in the chat to pay your respects, but I think the stream's back. Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the Cryptoverse. Looks like we jumped out for a minute. Yeah, I mean, I do think the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation will trend up, but as I said before, you know, this cycle is a slower trend than last cycle. We expect this. I mean, we've literally had these lines drawn on this chart for like over a year now. Over a year, we've been following these lines. I mean, have you guys ever seen me pull up the Ether Bitcoin chart in the last year without these lines drawn? Like, we've literally had these lines drawn even when it was like way over here. Okay, it's been a long time since we drew these lines. I think we even drew it back over here. I think I maybe just connected these 2 points and then extended it out and then connected this one. Notice, okay, maybe this is a double bottom, and then we connected these and then we just extended them out. If you go back and look at my Ethereum videos a year ago, they probably have these same lines drawn on the chart. So I think there might be phases where we come below it, like here. Maybe in the not so distant future we'll come above it, but I think in general for this cycle, this is the path that the Ethereum Bitcoin value is on. Like, this is the value, this is the path that it's on. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. We'll see how many subscribers we're at. I think we're still at 124. Oh, we made it to 125, so now we need to go to 130. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the premium list as well if you guys want access to the exclusive content. We're having a sale, so you can lock in the lower rate. And we also have the Telegram channel. If you guys want to go join that, we have over 16,000 people. All right. Does anyone have a mountain range that they like more than the Ethereum mountain range, by the way? I like the Ethereum mountain range. My favorite mountain range. This is our parabolic move that we've been on. So we're still, I mean, so far we're still riding up this parabolic curve. The ethers. Yeah, that's right. That's what we call them. The Ethereum mountain range is called the ethers. These are weekly candles, by the way, so it doesn't necessarily mean we have to see any major moves in the short term. I mean, heck, we could drop to $1,600 and still be above this curve this week. I've not found any chair now. It would cost too many satoshis, I think. Do I ever look at fundamentals? I don't typically talk about fundamentals on the channel. We sometimes do, but generally I just kind of exclude the details. I mean, in all honesty, there's going to be enough. There'll be enough bag holders in the bear market to tell you the fundamentals, because they'll be trying to argue why the price should be higher. I use the fundamentals, years ago to pick the projects that I mainly follow: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and Dot. I mean, Dot's more recent. And then I go with the momentum, and I go with the where it's going to take us. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like for the fundamentals, for the purposes of the YouTube channel, there'll be enough people to tell you about the fundamentals when the price is going down. So we've discussed the reasons. I've discussed the reasons of why I hold the 5 main projects that I hold: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and Dot. And those reasons don't really change. So. Yeah, there's the lifetime option in the chat, or in the description, if you want to join the lifetime one. What do I talk about when it goes down? Well, we'll probably talk about other markets. We'll talk about crypto for sure, because there'll still be reasons to talk about it, but we will talk about other markets as well, right? Again, I wouldn't marry crypto or anything, right? I mean, you can marry it during a bull market and then divorce it when when we're in a bear market, and then check in on it from time to time. But you don't need to spend all your time watching crypto in a bear market. Chase other markets at that time. Why don't I hold Cardano? I do hold Cardano. We've been talking about Cardano since 2 cents. If something happens to me, what happens to the lifetime subscription? Well, I do have a twin brother. Maybe he'll take it over. And I'm not kidding. I actually do have a twin brother. No, we're not. We're not identical. We're fraternal. I told you guys this. I've told you guys this before. I have a twin brother, and his middle name starts with a T. And it would have been nice if I could have gotten that middle name, because then my initials would be BTC. But my parents did not give me the middle initial of T, so we'll have to write it off as a key missed opportunity. Otherwise, think about how awesome that would have been. Did you guys? Here's another fun fact. My wife, you probably aren't going to believe me, but it's true. My wife is a triplet. It's true. It is true. She's she's a triplet, so one of her sisters is fraternal to her, and then the other one's identical. So she has an identical sister, and then one that's fraternal. Someone says we don't believe you have a wife. Actually, she was on the stream. She came on the stream on Valentine's Day. If you go watch the Valentine's Day stream, you can see her. Someone said that was paid wife promotion. All right, I don't know if we're going to keep the stream going forever. I mean, what are we doing here? Ethereum's still at 1940, so I don't know if we're going to see a 2K Ethereum on stream. Zunab says, "Are we really watching a guy who is watching a chart?" That's one of those like existential crisis moments, right? Where you're just like sitting there watching YouTube and you're just watching a guy watch the same chart that you probably have pulled up on your own screen. I mean, we'll probably wrap it up here soon because I mean the markets aren't really moving right now, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. I was hoping that Ethereum would make a run at 2K, but it might not while we're on stream. What'll probably happen is it'll probably go to like 1980 or something, and then I'll quickly try to come on stream to capture it, and then it'll dump to 1960, and then we'll have to wait 3 hours to watch it go to 2K. That's probably what'll happen. All right, should we wrap it up? Let me check the minute chart and we'll see if things are trending up at all, or if we're basically just going to be watching paint dry. Nah, it looks like it's heading down. In fact, over the last few minutes, it's been heading down. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we should come back at a later time. All right, let's wrap it up there. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. And remember, there's also the premium list altcoin season sale if you guys are looking for the extra content. That'll wrap it up. Let me just post the Telegram channel in case you guys want to join. I'll actually post 2 Telegram channels. We'll also post the Into the Cryptocosm. So I'll post that one, and then we'll wrap it up there. The Into the Cryptocosm is for microcaps. So that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time. Bye.